Hello everyone, welcome to this quick haul video. I hope to keep this short and sweet. I did pick up a few things from the drugstore in the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to sit down and have a quick chat with you and show you some of these products because a few of them are favorites that I have repurchased, and there are some new things in here as well, but all drugstore, which is kind of fun and of course affordable for you guys as well. But because this is a bit of a special time of the year, I do want to say Happy Lunar New Year to all of you guys who are celebrating. 新年快樂，希望你哋咧都有機會同家人一齊開開心心過新年啦。So celebrate and eat lots of fish, and happy year of the sheep, I believe this year is. So let's talk about some products. First off then, this baby. So this is the Revlon Perfect Heat 1.5 inch tourmaline ceramic curling iron. Now, I picked this one up as a repurchase because the old one I've had since high school has finally seen its last days and split right down the middle where the handle is that you hold on to the curler. I love this curler because it's so affordable, and back then when, you know, I didn't have the money to spend on lots of fancy products and things like that, this was one of my favorite tools. And for the longest time, you know, before I discovered the InStyler, which I use a lot nowadays, I've used this, and I thought it's time to bring it back into my life because I love the 1.5 inch large barrel size, which will give you kind of big, very glamorous, voluminous curls. And I loved wearing my hair in that hairstyle when my hair was growing out longer and with longer cut layers like that. So this one has 40 heat settings. It heats up in 30 seconds according to the packaging, and does have auto shut off. Plus, they've now included this little heat protecting silicone sleeve, which is very handy. Just pop it over top if your curling iron is still warm, but you do need to travel with it. That's an option. I find this to work very well on my hair personally. It's nothing fancy, but it only ran me about $17.99 at full price, although it often goes on sale for about $14 or $15. I've used it since high school. I still think it's a great product at a very affordable price from Revlon. Now, next then, while we were in the hair care aisle, I want to pick up a very specific dry shampoo. So a couple of weeks ago, possibly I think last month maybe, I received a PR sample with this dry shampoo in it. And this is actually the collab Sheer Invisible Dry Shampoo in collaboration with Ruth Curley, or otherwise known as A Model Recommends here on YouTube. She's friends with the Pixie Woo sister. She's from the UK. She's a model. She's very gorgeous blonde, and I think she has that very high fashion look, shall we say. So in her collaboration, she released a whole series of dry shampoo, which I will say I am usually not a big fan of drugstore dry shampoo. I've tried quite a number of them, and I do find them to be quite heavy feeling in my hair, and not to mention many of them are very, very heavily scented in a way that I don't enjoy. So I've tried to kind of avoid dry shampoos whenever possible, although I do use them once in a while. However, when I got this and tried it out, I went through this travel size so quickly because I was using it over and over and over. It just really worked well for me. So then I went to London Drugs, by the way, and found the full size. Now I'm not sure if they're going to be carrying this all across the drugstores nationwide. I will check it up for you guys and see if, you know, where else this is available, but London Drugs for sure have already started stocking them. So they don't have the full range, but I did find this scent which I really enjoy called London, and this is a blend of bergamot and what else? Bergamot and musk. There we go. And it is something that I really find to be a refreshing, girly, not too sweet, not too powdery type of scent. I would actually wear something like this for a perfume, which, you know, it may explain why I'm so attracted to it. But beyond the scent, I do find it to be quite a lightweight dry shampoo. It will not give you massive big volume in that sense, but it also doesn't deposit too much powder in your hair, and you can still feel kind of refreshed and not gunky by the end of the day. So I did buy this one, I believe at around $8 or $9. It is on sale this week at London Drugs. It is more expensive than your other drugstore dry shampoo options, but I do think this is a great product, and I'm excited to use the full size bottle again. And then hopping over to Shoppers Drug Mart. This was on sale this week. I posted an Instagram photo to ask you guys what shade I should choose, and I was not expecting you all to be so quick on the button and just, give me suggestions and comments. So I appreciate that very much, you guys. So I was standing in the drugstore and debating between two shades of the new Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. In the end, I ended up with this one, which is porcelain in the color 110, although usually I would be wearing the Maybelline 120 in classic ivory. I go through a lot of Maybelline foundations. They just, they're a brand that interests me a lot, and I think they produce pretty good products. So being through a lot of Maybelline foundations, 120 classic ivory is usually my shade, but in this case 120 was looking kind of muddy and 110 seemed to be the slightly better option, although it is slightly lighter than my natural skin color. But you guys said go lighter rather than darker. You can always bronze it up if you need to. So I am wearing it on my skin today. It feels quite lightweight. I applied it with the beauty blender. I don't have much to say about it yet, but if you would like a review on this, I can certainly get that up for you, or even a get ready with me, or even a tutorial featuring this product so you can see it in action. So the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Yes, matte and poreless. Now, along with that, I also picked up the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the original. Now, I don't think there is any new releases to the Fit Me Concealer. This just came out with the original line. And as far as I can tell, the original Fit Me foundation has just been renamed into Dewy and Smooth, I believe. And the newer formulation is named Matte and Poreless. So I don't think Dewy and Smooth is a new formulation. They just repackaged and renamed the original formula, if that makes any sense. So this one I also have. I haven't used it yet, but I did buy it in the shade Light, which is just a tinge darker than Porcelain 110 right here. Alright, also in the clearance bin, because you gotta take a browse to the clearance bin as always, I found this, which is the Secret Collection Fashion Tape for Sensitive Skin. So pretty much this is medical grade double-sided tape to make sure that if you're wearing something low cut or a little bit flouncy or fluttery, that nothing peeks out where it's not supposed to. So I thought this might be useful to keep around the house. I've never had something like this, but it sounds like something that would come in useful. And it was marked down to $3.24 from $12.99, which I thought was a great deal altogether. Let me know if you use something like this, or if you have, or if you think this is actually useful at all. If you do own something like this, a double-sided tape for your clothes. Now then, next, let's talk about Target, which is closing all across the country as they're just not doing that well over here in Canada. They weren't bringing the big stuff and the big price and the big selection that we all hope for, but they did bring the big prices, which we were not fond of. So, liquidation sale at Target. I went there a couple of weeks ago. Again, I posted this on Instagram. If you're looking for quick, snappy updates, that's where to find me. I bought two things here from Sonia Kashuk, as I know that Sonia Kashuk, I believe, is exclusive to Target, and as soon as they're pulling out, packing their bags, going back home, I won't be able to get a hold of this anymore unless I drive down to the States again. So, first off then, I picked up the Sonia Kashuk body range, and this is their Eau de Toilette in the scent Pink Innocentia, which is a very feminine, girly scent comprised of tuberose, amber, and magnolia. Now, I wouldn't quite call this a perfume or even an eau de toilette because it is very light, and I would consider this more of a room spray or a body spray. I love the packaging and the bottle. This ran me about $15 with the 30% off liquidation discount that was already applied. So 100 milliliters. And it does smell more of magnolia than tuberose. There is a bit of tuberose, but I would say magnolia for sure. And there's nothing heavy or too musky or too strong about this. So it's a nice one to keep around for spring, just to spritz your closet, or even as a room spray, or even as a body spray. As an eau de toilette is a little bit weak in my opinion. However, it's still nice to have around for that price anyways. Next then, I picked up this large sized paddle brush, which many of my blogger friends have been suggesting. And this is the Sonia Kashuk brand again. It comes actually in a case, which is kind of fancy. But many have compared this to the very expensive Mason Pearson brush, which runs you about $100 or $150 depending on the size that you get. And this is actually a surprisingly really good brush. I've never used a brush like this before. It is black on the back and has a red cushion here. And it seems to be comprised of a combination of both plastic and boar bristles. So I found this great at detangling my hair. Since I have longer hair now and I love to wear it in kind of a wavy curly style, it does get knotted very easily. So this brushes through my hair great and keeps me tangle free and keeps my hair very soft. So great buy this one from Sonia Kashuk, and thank you for the recommendations, blogger friends. You guys are awesome. Alright, next then, I think the last thing I want to talk about is actually my little flower plant here. So this came from Home Depot when I was there looking at some gardening stuff with my mother, and I thought this was so cute and it would be really nice sitting on my desk. You know, one of my goals for 2015 was to buy more flowers because flowers do make me really happy, and I just really haven't, you know, put the money towards every week or every a little bit every month to get some flowers, but I do plan on doing that, and I have been doing it for the past month or so. So I decided to get something a little bit more long lasting and happened upon this, which was about 10 bucks. Something that I did as soon as I got home, I set this on the carpet, and as I was taking off my shoes, I accidentally knocked it over and broke this little stem right here, if you can see. So heading to the kitchen, I got some skewers for the barbecue and just made a little crutch for it and taped it where it was broken. Now it seems to have revived because some of the blossoms that were closed before are now open. However, I just noticed there is one very sad dying one right here, if you can see this one. So I'm not sure if this stem is actually alive or not. I'm a little bit panicking as I'm not sure what's going on. This is my first orchid that I'm raising. So if you guys have recommendations or suggestions on what to do, please leave me a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. I really would like to make this thing survive as long as possible. So that's my little history with this guy. I'm going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad as the weeks go by. So this is the end of my hopefully quick and snazzy drugstore haul video. Have a beautiful week, you guys. Take great care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye bye.